big welcome to the spot of positivity, a spot of positivity. I'm Rosalie, and I hope you enjoy my little chat. If you do, please like and subscribe. That'd be so much fun. Thank you. It is Thought Spot Thursday. Do you like my t-shirt? We need more positivity. My mom saw this t-shirt this morning and she thought it said, "We need more money." Yeah, possibly. Anyway, yes, I hope you enjoy that. I hope it brings a spot of positivity into your life. Thought Spot Thursday. I have recently been doing a little kind of handy hint life hack thing. But I don't have one right now, so I'm gonna go back to my rant thing. You know what really gets me? I dislike it when people pigeonhole me, like say, "Oh, Rosalie, she is the person who does that," or "that person is that," and just I'm a flat person who only does one thing. That gets me. It's one of those things that just gets me. I don't know if it bothers you, but hey, that's my little rant. It's not a big rant. I just don't like to be pigeonholed, and that's that. I have been pigeonholed as various things because I'm kind of a little bit of a Jill of all trades and a master of none. Sometimes I feel like that. Anyway, funness of funness. This week, I have been looking at the Enneagram, which looks to me like it's all over YouTube and stuff. It's pretty trendy right now. And it's fun. I mean, I kind of bought to these things because, as you know, as I've just told you, I kind of dislike being pigeonholed. However, probably about 20 years ago, I did the Myers-Briggs and I balked at it. I didn't like it very much at first, and then, oh my goodness, it was so interesting. And I kind of celebrated who I was, and it turns out my husband is a kind of same type as me, and I'll maybe talk about that at a different time. All that to say, I actually found it to be a helpful way of understanding myself and also other people and what they liked and disliked. And if you can understand yourself and other people, it can help you get along better with them and not judge them as quickly, and maybe not judge yourself as quickly, or maybe understand why you do certain things, and be careful to just not assume other people will understand that. So I, at the time, found that very helpful, and I still do. But got into a chat with one of my friends, and we were talking about the Enneagram. So somehow I embarked on this long YouTube venture into hearing what it was about. I did a little test online. It was a free test. That's okay. But anyway, I did this little test, and then I listened to about 6 hours. I thought it was 8 hours. It was 6 hours of teaching about it. And I got to kind of have a vague understanding of it. And there's I'm going to bring my little resource here. There's 9 different types, right, in this thing. Now, I'm going to just say what they are, but it doesn't necessarily mean you go, "Oh, yeah, that's me," necessarily. There's the reformer, the helper, the achiever, the individualist, the investigator, the loyalist, the enthusiast, the challenger, and the peacemaker. So all these different things. And my friend, she just sort of had me, she guessed I was something, and it turned out not to be the thing. Anyway, I find it really, really, really fascinating. And it's been around for a while. Actually, it's been around for an awfully long time. Like perhaps thousands of years. It's a long time. And of course, now we have our own little 21st century version of it. But there's all kinds of interesting things, and even certain nations take on a certain flair, a certain thing. But it's not just about who your personality, who you are. It's also about what your kind of pitfalls are, or what your what your negative bent is a little bit. And it's to celebrate who you are, but grow, but also sort of recognize what drives you and all that kind of stuff. So I came out a certain way, and then as I looked at it, it just didn't kind of jive with me. As I heard more about it, it didn't jive with me. So I'll tell you, it looked like I was a 7, which is an enthusiast. But when I looked at what drives a 7, which is it's their brain, they think about things, I realized I'm much more of a heart kind of person that is a bit more driven by my emotions. And so as I looked at it, I think I'm actually a 4, which is an individualist and cares about what people think of me, which I hate to say I kind of do, and also likes to be a wee bit different. And there's a bunch of things anyway about it. It doesn't matter. But what I wanted to say by that is that if you take a test on it, don't just assume that because you've taken a test that is who you are. If you're interested in it, take a good look at and listen to some teaching on it. I listened to Richard Rohr, and he was really good. He's studied it since like the 70s. And another guy was a Dr. Tim LaHue, and he was really good on YouTube as well. And both those guys I found really helpful. And the thing Richard Rohr said was that it's almost like it shouldn't be taken lightly. Like they said, they were almost advising him when he learned about it not to make books about it because they didn't want it to be cheapened. They wanted it to be a thing you really thought about, deeply, and you kind of really discerned who you were, who people were around you even, and didn't just sort of go, flippantly, this and this and this. And I think that's why you want to be careful when you just do a little test online, because you might come up as something, but as you look into it deeper, you might find out you're something else. Anyway, I have found it already fascinating, and I'm only a week into kind of learning about it, taking a book out of the library about it, so I'll see how that goes. But I had a friend over this evening we were chatting about, and she's kind of looked into it in the last probably 20, 30 years, and it was cool talking to her because it's actually helped her to understand people around her, people she works with, and helped her to understand why they did things the way they did, why they made the decisions they made, and to understand herself and why she does those things. So it's, take it or leave it, but I suggest it's a great and interesting tool. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you, but don't dismiss it until you've taken a good look at it if you're interested in that kind of thing. And I recommend some of these things to help you understand people around you, why they do the things they do, what makes them tick. So there you go. I am so not an expert. This is one of these things that takes like a long time to really get your head around. That's why I didn't go into like everything and talk about it, because what do I know? I'm just starting to learn. But I would say it's worth learning about. Lots of interesting things. It's got a very colorful history, and a lot of different cultures use it as a helpful tool. So hope that made some sense to you. I hope you have a lovely, lovely week, and like and subscribe if you want to. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening.